Vince McMahon has met with a very high-up executive in WWE TKO, leading to speculation that he might be back in charge of WWE. God help us all. We are going to take a look at what this executive had to say, talk about why it matters, and whether or not, indeed, Vince McMahon is back in control of WWE. We'll talk about that. We're also going to talk about Malakai Black. There was a very weird ending to his match with Adam Cole, baby, at AEW Dynamite that many fans are talking about. Is Malakai Black officially done with AEW? Well, he answered, or at least partially answered, that question. We'll take a look at that. Guys, be sure to leave a like, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you get notified whenever a new video is released. Let's dive right in and talk about Vincent Kennedy McMahon, one of the most powerful and influential men in professional wrestling history, and also someone whose career has forever been tarnished with scandal after scandal, leading to his departure from WWE TKO officially earlier this year when he resigned from his position at the head of the board of directors. It has been a long road since then. Vince has sold nearly his entire stock in the company ever since that went down. But according to a very high-up executive, TKO president Mark Shapiro, Vince McMahon still talks to people at TKO, which was very interesting. Here is the CNBC interview with Mark Shapiro, where he actually discussed this.
Not a part of the company anymore. He's sold out. Yeah. Do you still hear from him at all?
I had breakfast with him a few weeks ago, just to check in. Been a long time. Haven't heard from him at all. Obviously, the series on Netflix came out. I wanted to see kind of where he was. By the way, he couldn't have been more cooperative. He couldn't have been nicer. I mean, he was a total pro at breakfast, if you will. It's a one-on-one get-together. But he's out of the business entirely. He doesn't make decisions. He's not on the board. He doesn't opine. We don't consult him. He's got some litigation that he's working through. And frankly, he wants the privacy and the time to work through it, which is great because in the meantime, we're going to keep building TKO and WWE and expanding the horizon, expanding the opportunities. And by the way, he's still a shareholder. Not the shareholder he once was, but he's still a shareholder.
But he's supportive of the direction WWE is going in and has gone.
Couldn't have been more positive, but I wasn't asking for his opinion.
Okay, so very weird little back and forth there with TKO president Mark Shapiro. All right, so here's the thing. This is very weird on a lot of fronts. From strictly, again, my PR brain kicking into effect, it is insane to me as someone who is a PR professional who like, you know, has been doing this for a living for quite a while now. It is psychotic, actually, to me that you're the head of a company that is currently being sued for the things that the Ring Boy scandal have chronicled, and I chronicled that in a different video, and also being sued in relation to the Janelle Grant allegations against Vince McMahon. Even if you had a breakfast with him, even if you had met up with him, maybe he's a mentor, I don't know what the particular relationship between Mark Shapiro and Vince McMahon is, but regardless of those facts, to willingly, and again, willingly admit that you had breakfast, that you met with Vince McMahon, that you talked about the business. He qualified all of it at the end and said, well, you know, like, oh, I don't ask for his opinion. Like, I'm not asking for permission or whatever. Regardless, to admit that is going to raise eyebrows. It has certainly raised mine. Now, do I think because of this that Vince is back in charge? No. If Vince McMahon, or if there was any inkling that Vince McMahon was truly back in charge or had significant influence in the direction of WWE TKO, that would be in itself a major scandal. But in the middle of all this litigation that not just Vince McMahon, like Mark Shapiro likes pointing out, Vince McMahon's going through this litigation. His company is going through litigation right now. His company is involved in these lawsuits. So to talk about this willingly, that you met up with him, this is not going to look good on you. It is going to fuel the fire of your opposition in this, the plaintiffs in this case. And it's going to add to their belief that, or it only adds to the belief that, well, WWE and Vince McMahon still seem to be pretty buddy-buddy. And if you're buddy-buddy with a guy who is accused of the things that Vince McMahon is accused of, then what has truly changed? That is at the crux of the criticism here. Because WWE likes to claim that they are a company that has changed. And again, Mark Shapiro is more than welcome and free to have breakfast, lunch, dinner, or snacks with whoever the hell he wants. I don't give a shit about that. But when you're an executive of a company and you are speaking in that capacity on behalf of your company, to willingly divulge that information on a baseline level is pretty stupid and cooked. But it seems very clear that he doesn't care. So, unfortunate there to see that looks like things haven't changed. Is what it is. But if this was a major thing. And look, I don't think this means that Vince is going to come back. I don't think this means that Vince is back. I don't think this means that Vince has significant influence. But again, with Vince McMahon, it is one of those things where this is someone who has poured his entire life into WWE. This is someone who would do and has proven that he would do anything and everything in order to keep as much power in that company as possible. It would not be out of the realm of possibility for me to think that Vince McMahon, in at least his own way, is trying to influence things in some way. Now, is it on a grand creative scale? No. But the fact that they talked about the product and the direction of the product, and Shapiro confirmed it, makes me skeptical. Think about everything we've seen so far. Just saying. Anyway, that is the piece here, though, that I wanted to talk about. That was crazy. The other thing I do want to talk about is, money. And I know that a lot of you out there right now are potentially looking at those WrestleMania tickets and you're like, oh, that's cooked. I'm going to uncook you a little bit by giving you $20 off your next purchase. Guys, people, everyone out there, promo code REALTAKE when you download SeatGeek. Going to give you $20 off your next purchase on the platform. SeatGeek is an amazing app. It's my favorite way to buy tickets. It rates tickets on a 1 to 10 scale, allows you to see precisely the deal that you are getting. And today, you can save $20 when you sign up. Use the link in the description. You sign up. Use the promo code REALTAKE. So link, sign up, REALTAKE. All you got to do, promo code REALTAKE, and you save yourself $20 off your first purchase. It's an amazing deal for you. It is an awesome experience, and whether you're going to a wrestling show, a concert, a comedy show, or whatever the hell else you're going to, SeatGeek is the place to go. Highly recommend you guys go check it out. Use the link in the description. Just click on it and see what happens. And then use the promo code REALTAKE. Anyway, moving on, though, from this horrible ad read to something a little bit less horrible, hopefully. Let's talk about Malakai Black, who is much like Mark Shapiro, well, in a very different way, raised some eyebrows in the wrestling community by the ending of his match with Adam Cole. So Adam Cole, Malakai Black have a match on AEW Dynamite. It was a really good match. At the end, Malakai Black reneges on giving Adam Cole a handshake, but then he goes in for a hug. And after that, Malakai kind of walks away slowly. The camera kind of pans to him, and he looks off, and he just walks into the tunnel. And people immediately said, well, maybe his contract's ending. Maybe he's retiring. Well, here's what we know about Malakai Black right now and what he had to say about this situation. Let's roll the clip.
Here we are once more, a match down, and again, everybody is always retiring. He's retiring because of his injuries and this and that. Well, neither of these things. I'm not injured, nor am I retiring, nor am I leaving. I feel this happens every match I have, and I don't understand how many times you're going to say these things and then them not happening, and people still are going to, fall for that. I haven't been injured in more than 3 years, and I'm referring to my back injury, of course, and I only posted about that after it was already done, and if you would have read the post, you'd have seen that and not read what other people have written about it. I'm fine. I've been fine for the longest time. I would really appreciate it if that stuff stops, man. If I'm going to retire, you're going to hear from me, and not after Adam just cuts a promo just as a thank you for the match, because that's all it was. So, thank you.
That was Malakai Black speaking on that little controversy, as people like to say. Look, Malakai Black and his run in AEW has clearly not gone the way that many fans thought it would. I think it is fair to say, in some respects, it has not gone the way Malakai Black thought it would. And because of that, and because of what we've heard from reporting, Fightful and Meltzer and all those guys, it's clear that there's friction to some degree with AEW. Malakai, that's why you see everyone, like, whenever something like this happens, whenever he took the bow, right, at All Out after the match, it was, All Out 2022, he and the House of Black, after losing the match, they go up to the ramp, the camera cuts, but if you're in the arena like I was, you saw Malakai Black give a bow to the entire arena. The arena broke out, erupted into applause, and at that point, Malakai Black, it had been reported that he had agreed to like some sort of a release from AEW that was then, stated to be untrue from Malakai Black himself. And as we've learned, he's still with the company 2 years later. So obviously that was untrue. But there's always going to be that idea of like, is Malakai Black still in AEW? Is he leaving? Fightful Select cleared up something today saying that those within the company, the word within the company, I should say, is that they believe that his contract ends in either early 2025, potentially late 2024. So that part is still a little bit unclear. However, one thing is for sure, and again, I want to be very upfront with this. I think that anyone who claims that Malakai Black is retiring, anyone who says he's done, I think that is overblown. There's like reading the tea leaves and reading that kind of stuff, but then there's just I think projecting a result that maybe you want, maybe projecting a very salacious result. I think that's kind of what happened there. So Malakai Black, not retiring, not leaving imminently, but TBD, we will see. A lot of things could happen over the next couple of weeks, months. Who knows? Guys, let me know in the comment section, though, because I want to hear from you. I know you guys know that you have opinions, so why don't you share them in the comment section? I want to hear from you. What do you guys think about this Malakai Black situation? What do you think about his response to the critics, the fans? What did you think about the Mark Shapiro interview with CNBC? Definitely got some people talking online, so I want to hear from you guys. Also, be sure to leave a like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. And until next time, keep it real.